One phone call, Wout van Aert was miles from the Tour de France when it came. A crash on stage 15 had just shattered cycling's greatest rivalry, and the fallout would reach far beyond a single stage. Instead, he was sitting in his living room in Herentals, Belgium. Weeks before the Grand Depart, a training crash had left his elbow severely swollen and infected, requiring 2 surgeries and a heavy course of antibiotics. The joint simply did not heal in time. Visma's race coach, Mark Reef, made the hard choice to pull him, stating that while Van Aert is one of their most important riders, his health had to come first. For Van Aert, the reality of missing the race was devastating. He called it a big disappointment, as the Tour was his main goal of the season. But even from his couch, he could not look away. He watched every stage, remaining tied to his teammates as they fought across the ALPS, completely unaware of the disaster waiting for them on stage 15. Stage 15 spanned 183.9 kilometers from Champagnole to the brutal, high-altitude summit of Plateau de Solaizon. It was a classic alpine mountain stage featuring 4 categorized climbs designed to exhaust the riders before the final, steep ascent. This was the day built to shake up the overall standings. Heading into the mountains, Tadej Pogačar wore the yellow jersey, while Jonas Vingegaard sat in second place overall, 4 minutes and 30 seconds back. Despite the time gap, Vingegaard was the only rival who could realistically challenge Pogačar for the title. Visma's plan was to manage the race, defend their position, and keep the overall victory within striking distance. But UAE Team Emirates wanted to apply constant, suffocating pressure to break Vingegaard's support riders. On these technical alpine descents and narrow high-speed roads, the physical and mental strain was immense. A single mistake on this terrain would change the entire Tour de France. It was an update from the team caravan. Jonas had crashed. There were no long explanations or immediate details, just the raw silence that follows catastrophic news. Van Aert quickly turned on the television, pulling up the live broadcast. The feed showed the immediate aftermath, a scramble of team cars and medical staff on the alpine descent. In that room, unable to assist or ride, the absolute helplessness of his own absence set in. He could only watch as the race continued on without his leader. The Tour had changed in an instant, and the reality of the disaster was only just starting to sink in. Jonas Vingegaard's bid for a 3rd Tour de France victory ended on the tarmac of stage 15. Approaching around about 21 kilometers from the finish line, his front wheel slipped, sending him into the curb. Medical staff immediately confirmed a fractured right collarbone. Vingegaard was loaded into an ambulance, forced to abandon the race. The loss shook Visma Lease bike to its core. Sporting director Mark Reef called the moment devastating. With their leader out, the team's strategy changed instantly from controlling the general classification to chasing breakaway stages. That evening, over an emotional meal of burgers and fries, Vingegaard urged his remaining teammates to keep attacking. At the front of the race, Remco Evenepoel seized the moment, winning the stage ahead of Tadej Pogačar. While Pogačar safely held the yellow jersey, the overall standings were fundamentally reshaped. Evenepoel climbed to second, over 6 minutes back. Pogačar and UAE suddenly faced a completely different race. Without his main rival, Pogačar lamented the loss of their duel, stating that without Jonas, the Tour would not be the same. The battle for yellow was no longer a tight, tactical chess match. It was now Pogačar's race to lose. Days after the crash, Vingegaard underwent successful surgery in Grenoble to repair his fractured collarbone. But his team faced immediate consequences. The sudden exit forced Visma Lease bike to face hard questions about their squad depth, having built their entire season around a single leader. Analysts at Cycling News reframed the sport's greatest rivalry, suggesting a once-balanced duel had given way to total dominance by Pogačar. The incident also sparked debate over road safety design on high-speed descents. For fans and media outlets like The Guardian, the consequences reached far past a single afternoon of racing. It was the day the competitive tension of the entire Tour was permanently severed. Beyond the speed, cycling remains a brutal test of survival. That silent bond reminds us what truly matters when the race stops. Share your thoughts below.